Hey, welcome to r/NuclearRevenge, where OP avoids jail time for beating up his bully. Story 1. One too many times. When I was younger, especially throughout middle school, I dealt with bullying and toxicity constantly. I've never been much of a Reddit user, but I decided to post my story after watching some of these on YouTube. This situation happened when I was in 7th grade. During that time, I was progressively bullied by a group of kids I will call the Goonies. I'm not a small person, and I never have been around that time. I was around 5'11" and 150 pounds. Although I'm big for my age, I've never been one to fight back. I have impulse control issues and ADHD, so when I get worked up, I have a hard time calming down or I go overboard. Even so, I can mostly hold back my emotions when on medication. The Goonies, the group of kids who constantly made my life hard throughout my school experience. The group comprised of 5 to 6 kids, mostly small, and on the football team, but due to their numbers, they had an advantage over most people in my school. They preyed consistently on people who were without a group. Most of the time, they just took food items during lunch and asked for money from others. On the bad days, they would fight others and take whatever they wanted. They had been preying on me and my group of friends for a while, mostly talking shit and taking food. This time was different though. I had worn my grandfather's chain and crossed to school. I had gotten this as inheritance when he passed the week before. When I tell you it meant a lot to me, it did. My grandfather was my pride and joy. We had the best relationship as my father was mostly out of town working. He has never been in the best health, but he got lung cancer a few months before and passed on. The chain was all I really had besides some model train sets and a ukulele. That day, I wore my chain to remove some of the grief I was feeling from his passing to make it through the day. My friends knew about the passing and were trying to comfort me throughout the day, but the one class I don't have with them was gym, and in our school, we are required to remove jewelry before class. That part was uneventful. The problem was when I went back into the locker room. All of the goons had gym the period after, and I would see them as I was in the locker room. As I walked in and took my chain out of my locker, one of them took notice and immediately asked what I had in my hand. I, of course, wanting not to cause problems, said nothing important. I went to the bathroom to put it on, and when I walked out, all of them were waiting for me. They started to tell me to give them what was around my neck. In the moment, I was on the verge of tears because I didn't want to lose one of the only things I had left to remember my grandfather. So I made a run for it. They blocked the door and started punching and kicking me. I didn't want to cause a fight because I knew it would get out of hand, and I, up until then, had a perfect school record. When they stopped, I sat up and started to try and leave. The main Goonie, the leader of the pack, grabbed the chain and ripped it of me, breaking it and mangling the cross that my grandfather took such pride in. He started laughing as I stared at him in pure disbelief. I saw red. I lost it and started pummeling the main kid, grabbing him by his collar and smashing his head over and over again into the concrete, while his friends watched screaming to stop, trying to pry me away. The gym teacher heard all of the commotion. I don't know how he didn't hear me getting jumped before and came in running, yanking me away from Main Goon and locking me in his office. He called the nurse and an ambulance. He was freaking out. I got suspended for 3 months, only due to cameras in the hall that could see into the window of the door. It witnessed them jumping me. The only reason I didn't get arrested was that camera. Thank God for technology. This might not seem like nuclear revenge yet, but here's the list you are waiting for. Injuries: fractured skull, broken nose, broken jaw, 8 lost teeth, and severe brain damage. He was out for 4 months, with some time in the hospital. He didn't make it back onto the football team due to the fear his head would get hit. His grades also took a hit, and he had to repeat 2 years. My group, on the other hand, have been free from bullying ever since. So what do you guys think? Did I take it too far, or was it deserved? Let me know in the comments. End of story 1. Now, onto our second nuclear revenge story. Use me, cheat on me, enjoy losing your friends and family, and have fun being ignored at work. Bonus points for possibly becoming homeless. I just found out 2 days ago that my boyfriend of 4 years is gay. Our relationship was a lie. He used me to cover his sexuality because he wasn't ready to expose himself. He told me that himself. He pretended to love me for 4 years. He acted like the perfect boyfriend for 4 years. We were discussing marriage and kids. He even took me to look at engagement rings, all while he was having an affair with a man. To top all that, his boy toy called me 2 hours after I walked in on them. Why? To tell me that he was bisexual and we could all just be together. Are you kidding me? I don't know if he was making fun of me or if he was really stupid enough to think that was a good idea. But yeah, if you're gay but act straight, I hate you. What's worse is that my family believes I should have been nicer to him because gay people have it rough enough already. So, because he's gay, I can't be mad. I can't be angry. I need to be nicer to him. After his boy toy called, I texted my now ex if he was seriously making fun of me, and he just said that it wouldn't be a bad idea. So, I lost it. His mom and I were very close, so I texted her a lengthy message explaining what happened. I told her that I can't stay in contact with her, at least not for the time being. She was shocked, but understanding of why I need to go no contact. Well, his parents disowned him. Not for being gay, but because of what he did to me. The idiot went on social media to complain that his parents disowned him for being gay, but multiple family members commented and exposed him for the crappy human being that he is. Some of his coworkers had him on Facebook and TikTok, and they saw everything, and now no one at work talks to him because of what he did to me. His friends were disgusted when they found out. His friends always liked me, and they were also really big on monogamy, so they didn't want to be friends after they learned the truth. He needs to move out because we live together, and now he can't afford rent on his own. His budget is very tight, so he doesn't have many options, and they broke up. My ex had a fit when his mom called him. In retaliation, he broke the TV, my laptop, cut some of the clothes I still had at the apartment, and smashed the coffee machine. So yeah, his boyfriend didn't like his outburst, and he ended things. Edit, yes, I'm suing him for the damages. Update. I want to start by saying I wrote this post in a state of anger, and I was too emotional to realize how bad it sounded. I do not hate gay people. I have no problems with the community. I'm sorry if I came off as a homophobic. I really am not. I was just emotional, so I would like to apologize. I understand the community is going through a lot, and I didn't want to come out as insensitive. So I'm sorry. Now the actual update. I received some comments and PMs from people that advised me to get a restraining order and make sure he can't find me. I unfortunately didn't consider them enough, and as some predicated, he followed me from my boyfriend's place to the grocery store, and he trashed my car. I'm talking slashed tires, broken windows, and what I think it's oil all over my car. Thankfully, the parking lot has cameras, and the police identified him in no time. He was arrested. I am definitely filling for a restraining order, and I am looking to move to a different city. I will have to see him again in the courtroom, though. Also, his ex-boy Toy agreed to testify that he witnessed my ex breaking my things at the apartment. My ex is also going to be examined by a professional due to his actions. It appears he may be suffering from some mental illnesses. I've contacted his parents, and they are in shock, but they still refuse to have any contact with him. End of story 2. Thanks for listening along. Please consider subscribing as I post a new video every day. Have a great day.